So, today on Dabble Octing, we're going to do how to use dry ice correctly. So first off, you're going to need some dry ice, preferably a lot. I have 2 blocks in here. This one's partially
So you have like 7 pounds?
About that. I might have like 5 now because I've used half of a block. But so next, you're going. Some tools that you might need are a hammer to break up the ice, and either pliers, tongs, or leather gloves. They have to be leather gloves because if you don't have leather gloves, it can burn. The dry ice can burn you.
I think I would just like you to sit at the table here.
So. You would want to break it up into pieces, preferably a little bit smaller than this. Maybe something like this size should be good. I made a couple a little big, but that should be good. And you might want, for this one, you want to make pellets because it just works better. It doesn't all stick to the bottom. You have more, so you want to come over and you want to get this in warm water would be better, but this won't warm up. So you want to fill it just like halfway, just kind of guess. And this is the first.
And obviously we kind of overfilled it. If you overfill it, it's going to go forever.
Jake, did you put the extension cords back under the sink? Where'd you put them?
Yeah, they're down here.
Can you get me one, please?
As you can see, he's fogging up the sink.
Oh, yeah, this is another trick I was going to show you. You just leave it sit there. It does go here, and this is cool thing to do is to blow into it in the corner, and it goes kaboom. Yeah, man.
It goes kaboom.
So you can also, if you put dish soap, I won't do it now because it's going to get like all over this kitchen. You do, but never put hydrogen peroxide.
Peroxide.
Oxide.
Yeah, peroxide.
And then this other water, because that makes a boom. It goes boom, and then it shoots up like a huge bubble shoots up. So never mix these two together. You can see it is quite cold. It's currently quite cold outside. Let me see what temperature it is outside. And I would say it's about, right now it's, are we in Higley? Mesa. Mesa, it's about 45. It's not too cold.
That's
but
about
this
the
I would
temperature
say
in my
it's
house.
about 35 maybe. It's not, well, you know, it has to be colder than, by the way, dry ice, just to make sure don't touch it. This is 110 degrees below Fahrenheit. Zero Fahrenheit. And then 78 degrees below 0 Celsius. So this is quite cold. And I'll show you some action in there. There it is. It's quite cool. Now this water is not working too well because it is currently really cold. I wish I could show you how cold this is right now, but so the way to get this out is just grab another cup, like the water out without grab another cup, empty out all the water, then you still have dry ice. This looks quite cool. Shouldn't be doing this, but if you just tap it, it's fine. Never even touch it. This is amazing. So, this stuff is quite cool. And at the store, a pound is $3.30. Well, no, 2 pounds is $2.30. Well, my local grocery store is just Fry's Food and Drug Store. Oh. It looks quite weird after it's... But see, now you have a cup of nice water. So after this just gets way too cold and it stops like coming up, you might want to dump this out and get warm water because I didn't have warm water apparently. So
Because it's so cold outside.
Yeah, it's gonna take a little while. And, oh, she has her hot water heater off, so we don't have hot water. Okay, so that's quite cool. I have another trick that I want to show you. I just gotta get some new water. Now, it might be easier just to fill this up with water, like halfway first, and see where it's going. That's just something oh yeah, by the way, to take this home from like the store, oh yeah, by the way, some people think that you can make dry ice, which you can with a fire extinguisher, but I wouldn't do that because it just goes away completely fast, and it just does not work. It doesn't do as good, but you always want a cooler. So, I just use a styrofoam cooler, so as you can see, I have another whole block in there. It's down there. There's like a half block in there. So you want quite a bit in this. You can also do really cool things like putting kind of a rag, so put it in 10 parts soap and 90 parts water. And if you put the dry ice and water in a bowl, and you can slide that cloth on top of it, you actually make this huge bubble. And also, if you put dry ice and water in one, you can actually make dry ice and water, and then just put dish soap inside. You can actually make this really cool bubble, like little bubbles. And then you can pick those up and you can squeeze them, and it just turns into gas. So pour that in. You have it's going a lot better again. Okay, so that is it. And by the way, this is totally safe to breathe in. Just don't fill a room with it. Like if you have a full room, I don't bet nobody will do this, but if you have a full room, that's just the dangers. If you have a full room that's replaced, the CO2 replaced with all oxygen, they use just CO2, you would die. But this stuff is safe to pour in your mouth. It might taste weird because it does taste weird, but it is not tasteless. It's not odorless. You can smell it, but it does feel. You can touchless. Like I know it's going on my head, but I don't feel a thing. Switch. Okay, here's another danger is that never put this inside. Never do this and close it. That would make a boom. That would make a big boom. Big boom. Ooh. That's it all for our dry ice tutorial. It's really cool to pour too.
So be sure to like and comment and subscribe if you want to see more.